The question of slichos with the tzibur or individually in private is not a question that is obvious or simple to answer. Everybody knows the position of the Rambam, Hilchos Tefillah, Perek Ches, Halacha Aleph. The Rambam says, Tfilas hatzibur nishmas tamid. That tefillah, prayer, with a community of daveners, is always something that is heard in heaven. Vafilu ayu bahen chotim, and even if amongst the community of daveners there were sinners, ein HaKadosh Baruch Hu mo'es b'tfilo shel rabim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not ever deny or turn away from the tefillah, from the prayer of the rabbin. Lefikach tzarich adam l'shatef atzmo im hatzibur. Therefore, it's important always to be part of a community of daveners. V'lo yitpalel b'yachid, and do not daven alone. Kol zman sheyachol litpalel im hatzibur. As long as the option exists to daven with the tzibur, with the community, you should take that option. Ula'olam yashkim adam v'yariv lebeit hakneset, and a person should always get up and then go to sleep at night from the Beit HaKnesset, go to the Beit HaKnesset, from the Beit HaKnesset, she'ein tfiloso nishmas b'kol eis ela b'Beit HaKnesset, because the Beit HaKnesset is the proper place to daven. And that's the place from which tefillah is legitimately heard. V'kol mi sheyesh lo Beit HaKnesset b'iro ve'eino mitpalel bo, Ima tzibur, nikra shachein ra. The Rambam says that if a person has a shul near his house and purposely does not daven there, he is considered to be a bad neighbor. Now, whether this answers the question about slichos is not perfectly clear. The Mechaber in Tov Kuf Samach Hey, Halacha Dalet, says this: Ein ayachid Tov Kuf Samach Hey Halacha Hey. Ein ayachid rashai lomar shlosh esrei midos derech tefila ubakoshas rachamim. The davar shebekdusha Hey. He says, when it comes to saying Yud Gimel Midot, which is the essence of Slichot, Hashem, Ke'el Rachum V'Chanun, to the end of the next pasuk, he says, a single person cannot say this tefillah as he says other tefillot biyachid. You can't just say it as an individual. The davar shebekdusha heim, that those words in those psukim demand a quorum. They demand a minyan. And that's what the Mishnah Berurah explains. Ein ne'emar b'pachot me'asara. You need 10 people to say the... So it's not like a prayer, which is said biyachid, but enhanced by the tzibur. It's not like that. This here we're talking about something that can only be said in a tzibur. The Hashem, Ke'el Rachum V'Chanun can only be said with a quorum. Avolim Bala Amram Derech Kriya Ba'alma, but of course, if what you're doing is reading psukim, you're reading psukim, you're learning psukim, you're teaching psukim Derech Kriya Ba'alma, Omram. Then the Mechaber says, you can say them. There are more ads. V'chein ein liyachid lomar slichot ovi avor. And he says that the individual davening alone should not say slichot. Right? Slichot is an expansion of the Hashem Ke'el Rachum V'Chanun. Nor should he say Yud Gimel, the word starting with Vayavor that precede the Yud Gimel Midot. So the Ramah, according to the Mishnah Berurah, repeated what the Mechaber said, Mishum Or Zarua, he quotes the Or Zarua, that somehow there's a binding between what we call slichot, which are piyutim, poems that precede the saying of the Yud Gimel Midot Hashem Kel Rachum V'Chanun, and that even though the Mechaber and the Shulchan Aruch only took a stand on those psukim, Hashem Kel Chanun V'Rachum, according to the Ramah, this idea extends to all of slichot, because slichot, after all, are not poems that stand alone. They're only there because we're also saying the Yud Gimel Midot Shel Rachamim. That's what we are saying. And since we're saying the Yud Gimel Midot of Rachamim, so clearly it is important for us. It's important for us to say all of the slichot b'tzibur with a minyan from beginning to end.